Hello, and thank you for listening to this episode of the Moore's October Rants. Today's episode is going to be titled, Life Isn't Always Fair. Life doesn't hand out fair deals. Some are born into hardship, sickness, disabilities, struggles, while others seem to have it all, yet they face battles we don't see. Some people have money, intelligence, and successful businesses, but behind the scenes they're getting ripped off, double-crossed, or losing money without warning. We often assume they have it easy, but in reality, no one escapes life's unfairness. Look at the music industry. The artists we admire, the ones with the real talent, are often the ones being taken advantage of. Many don't see the money they rightfully earned until decades later. Managers, labels, and executives profit while the creators struggle. It's the same in Hollywood, where actors who bring in millions are sometimes left with almost nothing. These industries are full of underhanded deals, broken promises, and betrayal. Life is unpredictable. You could be sitting at a red light when someone robs you. You could have a child born with a disability, and your entire life shifts to caring for them. Friends betray you. Family members turn their backs when you need them the most. People who should be there for you simply don't want to be bothered. This happens to everyone at some point. No one gets through life without facing unfairness. The key is to accept that life isn't fair and deal with it. You can't dwell on the unfairness. You have to keep moving forward. And most importantly, trust your instincts. I recently had one of the most underhanded things happen to me. I was warned, but I went against my better judgment. I thought that if I did the right thing, things would work out. I believed that treating people well would be enough, but I was wrong, and it all backfired. Your instincts exist for a reason. Every major mistake I've made in life happened when I ignored them. I've been blessed with strong instincts, but that doesn't mean I always followed them. Sometimes I hoped things would turn out differently. This happens in relationships too. You meet someone, something feels off, but you ignore it because you want it to work. Later, you realize you should have trusted yourself from the start. When bad things happen, we ask, why me? It's easy to feel like the only one facing hardship, like you must have done something wrong. But the truth is, this happens to everyone in some form. Life will always deal you an unfair hand, whether you see it coming or not. You are not alone. I believe everything happens for a reason. Nothing is coincidence. When you randomly run into someone you haven't seen in years, there's a purpose behind it, whether good or bad. Sometimes we can't comprehend why things happen because the reason is beyond our understanding. But trust that there is one. Even the worst situations serve a purpose. You may not see it immediately, but every struggle has a lesson. If you don't learn from it, the same hardship will find you again in another form. The universe responds to how you think and feel deep inside, not just your wishes, but your true emotions. That's why mindset matters. Look at the story of Jesus. He spent his life helping people, healing the sick, and teaching others to live better. He had a huge following, people who believed in him, listened to his words, and saw his miracles. And yet, within a few short years, he was betrayed by his own people and suffered a gruesome death. Crucifixion is one of the most brutal ways to die. Imagine walking through the streets, carrying a heavy cross, being whipped while the very people you tried to help turn against you. His own people, those he taught, healed, and loved, betrayed him. If even Jesus wasn't spared from unfairness, why should any of us expect life to be different? His story proves that life isn't about fairness. It's about endurance. Whether or not you're religious, that message is powerful. It reminds us that suffering is part of existence. No one is exempt. So when you go through something painful, don't waste time asking, why me? Instead, accept that hardship is part of the journey and keep moving forward. Money doesn't guarantee happiness. Some people are born into wealth, but that doesn't mean they have it easy. Many lose everything because they don't know how to manage it. Athletes, musicians, actors, people who were once poor and suddenly rich, often end up with nothing because they trusted the wrong people or made reckless choices. Wealth doesn't protect you from betrayal or bad decisions. I feel blessed, not because I have everything, but because I know how to appreciate what I do have. I see people every day who have nothing, sleeping on sidewalks, huddled in doorways to stay dry from the rain, or living in makeshift shelters. Some have no job, no income, and no choice but to beg for survival. Life hasn't handed them a fair deal either. No matter what hardships you face, always remember life is unfair to everyone. You are not the only one. Every person you know has struggled, suffered, and questioned why things happen the way they do. The best thing you can do is keep moving forward, trust your instincts, and help others when you can. If you have food, a roof over your head, and the ability to provide for yourself, be grateful. Life may never be fair, but resilience, gratitude, and kindness will carry you through. Anyways, thank you for listening to this episode of the Moore's October Rants. Signing out. Have a good one, guys. Goodbye for now.